Night of the Living podcast is always ad-free for patrons at patreon.com/NOTLP.
Welcome to Night of the Living podcast, where we talk about horror, science fiction, and fantasy films for 20 years.
20 goddamn years.
Good golly, jeez. And we try to keep it fresh. And sometimes it's like an old marriage, which we've also had. Amy and I just celebrated 23 years of marriage. Did it feel like we were married longer before the podcast started initially to you than just 3 years? It was just 3 years.
Yeah.
And then here's Andy.
You guys do anything fun?
We went out with my cousins.
We didn't do shit.
And we kind of had fun with my cousins, don't you
Yeah,
think?
Freddy's cousins were in town,
good time.
so we were hanging out.
Had some steak on a stick. It was incredible. Andy, have you ever been to Cabana on the River?
Maybe.
You know what? We're going to go. We're going to have some steak on a stick. We're going to do it before it gets cold again.
Everything's better on a stick.
Everything is better on a stick.
Gonna buy you some steak on a stick. Oh,
We need a real anniversary celebration.
That was what we did.
Yeah.
Freddie made some delicious steaks.
I did make
the
us
next
some
night.
steaks with a copycat marinade from the steak on a stick. I can't get it out of my head.
He was enamored of it.
I was. And so I went and I found a copycat recipe for their marinade, which the proportions were not exactly right. So I got to experiment. It was pretty good, though. It's like a marinade made with like pineapple juice and soy sauce and Worcestershire sauce and brown sugar. Tasty. Yeah.
And that's just basic. And that's just teriyaki sauce.
Kinda. It's almost teriyaki, but it's not exactly. It's not as sweet as teriyaki. There's like a less sugar, I think, in it. But it's so close. Yeah, it is so close to teriyaki. See, I find teriyaki to be a little too sweet, personally.
I'll note that somewhere where I'm keeping all of your details.
So we're doing high fantasy. We've run through. I thought this was interesting. All of the movies we've covered during this theme, except for Masters of the Universe, 1987, were filmed in part, at least, at Pinewood Studios in the UK. That's so strange to think, because I think they are very different movies and look. Like Legend, Krull, and this week Stardust. But yeah, same big spaces filled with different art. Wanted to thank the patrons. Did I thank Gothchick for her pick? I haven't.
Not yet.
Gothchick, Carolyn, thank you so much. You picked a really fun movie. Stardust, I'd forgotten, I think, the entirety of this movie, except that I liked it. And then this time I'm like, wow, I really like this movie a lot.
Yes, and thank you for getting back to us after your first choice fell through. So thank you for being on the ball. We appreciate it.
And thanks to Andy for pointing out that it was under 2 years since we had covered it. Because I was like, we'll just watch Clash of the Titans. It's great. But yeah, you would have been hearing that. You'd been like,
Freddie's such a movie slut. He doesn't care.
I love these 80s movies especially. So I'm always have a soft spot for that. But yeah, this was a really good early 2000s movie. I'm like during a time when there was some uneven stuff coming out. Although I do think when we get into the story, there's some elements of this that would never be in a movie today, just because they come off kind of creepy, as a lot of fairy tales do. One other thing, the patrons, you guys, we love you to death. I just want to give you a quick rundown. We have ad-free versions of this show and Zoned out there. We just did The Jungle, which is a very spooky episode of The Twilight Zone. I love. I think it's really eerie, about this man who comes back from Africa with a curse on him, and he's wandering around a city that's just empty. It's really weird and eerie. We had the diaper edition of Topicana with Old Dirty Bilster, adult diaper edition, not dog diapers. You would think it would be dog diapers after what we went through.
We've moved on from that phase,
but thankfully we're out of that phase. But
yes,
old Dirty Bilster joined us.
And by the way, that's free to all members on our Patreon. So if you want to be a member, I think you just sign up and you get a free account.
Yeah.
You can access the Topicana we just did.
And some handful of other things.
Patreon.com/NOTLP. Then you're part of the cool kids.
Yeah. And then you had an Origins from February of 2014 where we covered Plus One, which I remember being really cool.
It was good.
And a movie that I know was really cool, Bad Boys 2. Too bad I don't like Will Smith anymore.
I know.
Kind of ruins things. I get it, Andy. Andy has this with certain actors, and I'm starting to get it now too.
It's called the ick.
The ick. I'm contaminated with the ick. Timothy Chalamet and Will Smith both give me the ick. Yeah, I think that's. Oh, the one last thing I wanted to mention in the open, I asked these guys because I think I'm crazy, but there's a trailer for Shrek 5 that came out, and people who grew up watching Shrek are like, this doesn't look right. And I watched it, and I couldn't catch what the hell they were talking about. So I wanted to see if you guys saw any major differences in the way everything looked in this new Shrek movie.
I mean, what are they complaining about? I don't get.
It looks too real.
Too real?
Yeah, they're like, the complaints I heard was that Donkey's too furry.
They might have more texture, but that's just because the technology has improved to show that texture.
Yeah. Why would that be? I don't understand why that's a turnoff to. I guess you have such a set image in your mind, maybe.
I didn't know that there were 4 Shrek movies, let alone a 5th.
It shocked me too. Did you know there were 4, Andy?
No, I'm not a big Shrek fan in the first place, so
Yeah, me either.
I have no dog in this fight.
Yeah.
But I did watch the trailer at your behest, and yeah, it's very Shrek. Not for me. I don't need to see the gingerbread man with gummy drop ass cheeks.
He said he was caked up or something like that. I'm like,
It's like,
oh my God.
Here's the thing. I know that's what Shrek is. They're like the scary movie of animated movies. Because the references are very dated and of his time. I don't know.
Current, a little too current.
It's all about anachronisms, and it's kind of, to me, just a little too forced.
They did play a little snippet of All-Star in that trailer, though. Rest in peace, Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
Which is one kind of sentimental thing. But yeah, I don't. Shrek never struck me as like a Toy Story. Like Toy Story comes out with this 5, and there's a lot of care put into the tone of it. Like Shrek is, I'm with you, Andy. I loved the first Shrek. I thought it was really fun, but
yeah, there's more of a timelessness to those type of movies than Shrek.
Yeah,
and the trailer featured Donkey a lot. I mean, a lot
of Donkey.
Yeah, not for me, but I'm so happy for the people who care.
But the people who care don't seem to be.
Well, then they're
maybe
they're
the
just,
vocal minority.
They just can't be happy.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Star Wars complaints. You know.
Yeah, it's interesting that the people that grew up watching Shrek are be introducing this to their children now. So it's a whole new generation of Shrek watchers.
I would be curious to see what a little kid thought of it, like someone 5 or 6 years old.
I remember the first movie being lovely.
Yeah, the first one was great. You were going to say, Andy?
Yeah, I think kids will love that type of stuff because they love Minions and just wacky, gross out humor.
Yeah.
Because they're kids. I mean,
true.
Yeah. And there's parts of it that I'll probably like too. I'll probably catch it eventually one day when I'm really desperate for something to cheer me up.
But you got to watch all of them so you're caught up.
I do not. Because there's even spinoffs, right? Don't they have Puss in Boots movies too?
Yeah.
I've gotten to a point where like I can't enjoy that kind of stuff as much as I used to. Animation. A computer animation that's intended for like families is less enjoyable to me now than it used to be. I don't know why. Probably because of Disney souring me on price.
Taste change.
Yeah, and my tastes have changed. Yeah, like there's all these great animated movies just sitting out there that have been piling up that I would have been chomping at the bit to see.
Yeah, there are so many Pixars that I haven't seen, and that used to be my jam.
Right. Maybe we are missing out. Do you keep up on the Pixars, Andy?
Not really. I feel they kind of lost their heart a little bit because of all these sequels. I'm sorry, I love Toy Story, but that doesn't need to be a Toy Story 5.
Yeah, it turns out that my little baby niece loved it. So if you're a child, you might be pretty good. I don't know.
If you're 4, man, is this going to be exciting.
The adults, I need to get them isolated and really grill them. Got to ask Shelby's mom.
I feel like, I don't know, something I can wait to see.
You don't want to see it in the theater?
No.
Pretty big movie.
Although I've seen all the Toy Stories in the theater.
You should see this one in the theater. Just for your heart. Your inner child might need it. See, I feel like if I don't go and force myself to enjoy these like these things. Force myself.
Force yourself.
Not force myself to enjoy, but force myself to participate in. Sometimes I find that there's shit in there that really speaks to me as an adult, but I don't want to have to go fishing for it and watch every fucking Pixar movie that comes out.
What about you got Jackass coming out?
I'm there.
And I feel
100%
like
for
with
that.
my theater dollars,
Yeah.
I'd rather spend money on
Oh, certainly.
that.
If it's one or the
Yeah,
other, it's
that's-
Jackass.
Yeah, that's definitely a movie you need to see with the crowd, I feel,
Yeah.
to get the full effect.
Yeah. You can cry at home to
Now,
Toy Story.
they can have as many sequels as they want. It's never gonna. I think this is it, right? This is the last of them.
They say.
because they're so old
Yeah.
and hurt. But that I could see them doing this in perpetuity.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anybody die on screen. I don't
Well,
need
that,
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
I don't want.
At, I don't need to see Jackass at 75.
I don't think they would include anyone's on-screen death. They would be like, something real crazy happened and now he's ground beef. And they'd move on. They'd shave each other's head secretly again.
Yeah,
Old men.
shave his ground beef
Torturing.
head.
I only have one more thing for the open. You guys have anything else?
No, sir.
This is really cool. There's this guy named Danny Boyd who has a YouTube channel called Cinema Sticks, and he's an editor, and he kind of just likes to, I think, teach people, regular people, about how editing works, you know, who aren't in the industry of film, right? So he posted this. He took Spider-Man 3 and cut it down into an episode of The Twilight Zone. He made it black and white. The musical cues are very much like Twilight Zone. It's really cool. He only released a version so far where it's him with a commentary over it explaining what he did, but I would love to see it just like raw. But I recommend it to people who are interested in, who are fans of the Twilight Zone. I mentioned it because it's zoned out, or just fans
Who
of
thinks
editing.
this to themselves? You know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to take an existing thing and I'm going to make it another thing that also exists.
Pretty creative.
It is very creative.
Yeah. I mean, it's derivative by its very nature, but it's also pretty awesome.
It's a mashup.
Yeah. Mashup. Yeah.
We can do it in music. We can do it in media, other media.
Yeah. It's real cool. You should watch it. What the guy did. If you're into like seeing a very big movie look like a small TV show and how cool that is, how different of a vibe it can be.
Right.
So that's that for me.
That's for your faces, listener.
Yeah. You want to move on then?
Eat that.
Let's talk Stardust.
Yeah.
Turn out lights, it's the main attraction.
Hey everybody, this week's main attraction is Carolyn's pick for our high fantasy theme, Stardust, originally released August 10th, 2007, big summer movie. End of summer movie, I guess.
Yeah, anything released in August, I
Is
think.
that considered the end of it?
Isn't that like where you
That's
throw?
kind of the dump.
The
That's kind of the dumping ground for summer movies.
Ah,
I don't know
interesting.
if it still is because like the movie industry has changed so much and release dates, but typically like your big summer movies are June, July, and September, August are the
Leftovers?
dumping. Yeah, that's good. Stragglers, you know,
Yeah.
that type of thing.
So
I can see
yeah.
why this kind of failed. I don't know. It was a good movie, but it's not for broad. It's not for everybody. I don't think it's very accessible.
Yeah. Andy, I was under the impression that this movie was a flop, and we had talked about like the budgets and everything of the other movies that we covered kind of in the moment. And I thought, I'll look that up ahead of time so I have it. This movie opened, it only made $9.2 million when it opened, but overall it made $137.5 million worldwide on a budget of 70. But that's still right. That's not, even though it did almost double its money worldwide, that's not considered a success, right?
It probably broke even, if that. Like I said, the kind of metric they judge it by is 2.5 times his budget.
Okay.
Between like the marketing and what the theaters get and how much the movie studios get. So like,
so that's
it
still
was, like,
kind of a flop then, right?
yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. I was wondering because I was reading that and I'm like, I always thought this was a flop, but I didn't understand the math of it.
I really
Yeah.
wonder how it was marketed. Was it marketed as a love story? Was it marketed as a fantasy story? Was it marketed as a comedy. How were people sold the movie? You know, and I'm not saying
Yeah,
you
is it
should know.
marketing? Is it marketing toward more adults or children? Who like because tonally wise, it's very adult. Even though I can see it could be marketed for families, but it's like I said, it's not. It's a very niche audience, I think.
I kind of feel it's almost aimed at teens.
And I just don't think there's anything in this movie to hook them.
It's more complex than your average teen movie in a lot of ways. It's because given that Claire Danes coming off of My So-Called Life, and then she did Romeo and Juliet with Baz Luhrmann.
That was like late 90s, early like mid 90s. I feel at this point she had moved on from that stuff, and I don't know, like she kind of had like a low, not a low point, but like a point where she wasn't as big as she was in the 90s, and I think she was expected to be a bigger star than she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that the director, Baz Luhrmann was the one who said he called her the Meryl Streep of our generation.
I don't really.
You don't agree?
I think Claire Danes is great, but I don't think she's lived up to that.
Yeah, especially after seeing this movie. We'll get into it when we reach the movie, but it's not the best performance from any actress.
I didn't mind her performance so much. I remember the first time I saw it in the theater, I was a little hung up on it because I had an idea of who I thought who she was, as an actor.
Maybe she was a little miscast. Her character, she's a fallen star in human form, and to me, Claire Danes doesn't have that fantasy and ethereal vibe to me.
Like an Anya Taylor-Joy type of person.
Yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy. Like right now, Hunter Schafer has that same look as this, celestial type being.
Yeah,
and I don't think Claire Danes really fits that.
Yeah, she's more a relatable fallen star. She's more the fallen star next door. But we will get into the details.
just like Angela Chase from My So-Called Life.
Yeah, exactly. And like there is that big gap, between Romeo and Juliet. I know they tried to get her to do Titanic at one point, and she didn't want to like just be lumped in with DiCaprio all the time. So there was a lull there where she was just doing like dramas and stuff. But I still think she's even in 2007, I still feel like we saw her as kind of a teen idol in her 20s, or was she even in her 30s by then? I don't know.
Shit if I know.
I think she's our age because My So-Called Life came out in like 94, 95.
Yeah, I know she was
a
really
teenager
young
at that point.
Yeah, she was only like 14 or something when they started making that show. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So this film starts in 1857 at the Royal Academy of Science in London, and they have spotted through the telescope beautiful stars and moon, and everything's gorgeous. And Ian McKellen comes in and delivers this really sweet opening line about stars gazing back at people and the connection between us and, the cosmos.
We are Stardust. Did you know that?
That's all we are, man. So in that opening narration, he's setting up these characters who live in this little town called Wall, which borders this magical kingdom.
How clever. It's a town named for the thing that it sits against.
Like Bath.
Like Bath.
I think that's just an English thing. They would name
Wall.
Yeah.
Bath.
Hinge.
Road.
Minge. Whoops.
Minge.
Stonehenge.
And it's a very poorly protected magical realm that humans aren't supposed to go to. You just cross a wall and you're there. Come on.
And it's guarded by a 90-year-old man. It's Grandpa. What's his name in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Grandpa Joe. It's the guy. He played Grandpa Joe in the Tim Burton Willy Wonka movie. And that old man is the only thing standing between a young man and his sense of adventure. Of course, the young man gets past the 90-year-old man with a stick and into the city that is outside of the kingdom of Stormhold, where they have this big magic market.
Was the guard magical himself? Because later on, he shows off some pretty sweet fighting moves.
It seems like he's got some sort of
special
power, maybe. He's just good with a staff.
Yeah. And maybe fix that hole in the wall too, to make it less obvious that that's where you cross.
The low point. I mean, yeah. Do you think there's other low points in the wall, or that's the only one? If it's a very whimsical Neil Gaiman-y kind of thing to have one little low spot and a wall that you could just vault over anyway as being the only thing.
I mean, at least in Harry Potter with the station 9 3/4, you need to be a magical creature or have an invitation. I don't know how it works, but not everybody can just cross over. Right.
Yeah. And it kind of feels predestined that he makes it in, because obviously it results in the birth of an heir, a mysterious unknown. He doesn't know he's an heir, but he becomes an heir. He's been an heir the whole time. So there's the market they go to beyond the wall, and this is Dunstan. Is that the father? Yeah, Dunstan.
Yeah. He checks in and he goes to the market.
And there's Ditchwater Sal. She's this witch who has a yellow caravan and a slave named Una, who Dunstan immediately falls for. She sells him a little flower for a kiss. And the flower has a special property. Do you guys remember what the flower does?
Protects, right? Isn't it a protecting?
Yeah.
It's like he makes him immune to magic, I guess. Is that what it was?
Yeah, because when she takes it in the, from Tristan in the future, then that's when she turns him into a mouse. Gotcha.
So that's a Babylonian wallflower. I looked up the book. This is all from a book. It's from I think a comic, then a novel. So the movie does differ from the book in a few ways, but the magic items are common between the two. They kept all that straight. So Ditchwater Sal is not a good person. She's a real piece of shit. And
so here's the thing. At first, I thought it was gonna be it was like a twist where it turns out that this princess that's kept as a slave is being held at bay because she's evil or something. But that's what I thought at first.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been an interesting twist, because we've seen that other places too, and it's a great trope, I think.
Yeah, and when she first meets Dunstan, she's kind of very cagey about what's going on, and seduces him. Not saying like that's a bad thing, but it seems very kind of she almost had like ulterior motives.
Yeah, it feels risky, right? Like, and I think that's important too. That should feel like a risky scene. Did she fart?
Mm-hmm.
We got a dog fart in here, guys. I'm sorry I brought it up. But yeah, Una feels like she might be the bad girl. She's just sexy. She's given off, and we're like programmed to think, oh, she's a siren, but she really does fall in love with him.
Enough to make a baby.
They make a baby, and when we get our happy ending at the very end of the film, they are reunited, which I love. But yeah, they make the baby. He doesn't know they made a baby because he goes home to his dad, and his dad explains basically his whole story to him, that he turned up. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead to Tristan going home to his dad when I should say Dunstan returns home to his life. And then 9 months later
gets
Tristan
a baby
shows up.
Through the wall with just a note left with his name.
Yeah.
And we're still in Act 1
off.
Here.
Yeah. He's dropped off by the
wall
old man wallkeeper. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of
Tristan. He was a product of a beautiful one night stand between two people who end up together, and that's nice.
Oh, isn't it?
It's like that Heart song.
Oh yeah. All I want to do is make love to Dunstan. Yeah.
So now we have Tristan.
Now Tristan's a teen.
We are 18 years later.
Yep. And Tristan has a girlfriend. Kind of. Not really. She's an asshole.
She is kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Victoria.
Yeah. I don't like her.
He thinks he's in love because he's looking for true love, and he thinks that's where he's going to find it is with Victoria. But she's really a little bit more about material things. Mm-hmm. And Tristan can't really offer her what's the other Hugh?
Oh yeah.
Humphrey.
Humphrey. I didn't realize that's Henry Cavill.
That's Henry Cavill?
Yeah, I can't recognize him.
Oh, he's covered in like a wig and mustache, and this was before bulking up for Superman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea until right this moment.
I thought he was always a big, muscly dude, but apparently not.
But Humphrey's he's the rival for Victoria. But she's like,
He's also his
Come on,
bully too,
Tristan.
kind of, right?
come on. And he's like, but I love you. She's like, give me stuff. And he's
You're
like,
poor.
I can. And she's like, give me a star. And he's like, okay.
Oh yeah. Then how do we end up with the stars? Because of the 7 princes of Stormhold. 3 are already dead, and ghosts, like haunted mansion style ghosts,
Or like Harry Potter.
Yeah, or Harry Pottery. We're revealed to be fighting King Lear style, I guess, over the throne. Peter O'Toole is the king.
He
And
looked rough.
He did look like he was on death's door, which the character was too.
So I guess either the makeup was really good or he wasn't doing so well.
Right. So he sends the royal ruby off into space with some sort of magic.
And apparently whoever restores the ruby will become king.
Yeah. So,
But the ruby,
So, like,
go ahead, Andy. I'm sorry.
no, so the brothers have to. There's the 3 main brothers. They set off on a quest to find it, and they're not the only one chasing the ruby. And this is probably one of the criticisms I have of the movie. There was just a lot going on and a lot of characters to keep track of.
Yeah.
I think some of them could have cut out to make it more streamlined instead of having so many people chasing after this ruby or the fallen star. I kind of liked it a little bit, but because it reminded me of like it's a Mad World. Everybody's, or Rat Race where they're all chasing this one prize.
yeah.
But for a movie like this, I think it needed to be. It felt overstuffed to me.
I think there's a good reason for that you're sensing something real there, because that Lamia role that Michelle Pfeiffer was cast in was real small in the book, and they turned her into another power player.
She's the main villain.
She becomes the main villain, where really it was supposed to be, I think, Septimus, and then he became kind of the joke villain.
I think if you kept her as and eliminated the brothers, at least just kept it to one brother instead of like 3 at first, and they're slowly picked off one by each other. And eventually it does become like only 2 people chasing it, but it could have been streamlined.
Yeah, and what the filmmakers were thinking was Michelle Pfeiffer was so good, they kept pumping her part up until the movie became over 2 hours, and the other storylines probably had to be cut.
I mean, it's just a more interesting character than just princes chasing after a ruby.
Yeah, so the 7 brothers are really a lot of funny guys. There's the one who was in Spaced, who was always pulling faces in this. He's the guy who gets poisoned with the bishop in that same scene.
Oh yeah.
That guy's fucking hilarious. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he was in like The End of the World. What is that? The Cornetto trilogy, the 3rd one.
This is
where they have
The World's End.
The World's End. Yeah, I remember. He was just a funny dude, and I love this. The playful murdering gimmick between the brothers is really entertaining. I think Mark Strong, who plays the main evil brother, the real bad guy, Prince Septimus. I love that dude. He was Merlin in the Kingsman movies, which are also Matthew Vaughn movies. And I'm not accustomed to seeing him with hair. Usually it seems like he's naturally bald, and I think he usually performs bald. He looks kind of like a different dude. It gives him a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
So it was a blessing for him, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like he can do anything being bald. They can put a wig on him and he's still awesome.
True enough.
Did you catch all the numbers that all the princes are named after numbers, and then they have them on their clothes?
Yeah.
They have
Secundus.
pretty cool little detail. And in the music, the theme for this character, Prince Septimus, is in 7/8 time because he's the 7th son. And it's just a little musical joke for just the composer and people that would sense it. You're like, It's a fun, goofy
Fucking
thing.
nerds like you.
Fucking nerds. I just want to say
nerds.
quickly about the scores. And did you guys catch this? That part of it in the scene when we get to the inn later on, the fake inn, that Bram Stoker's Dracula score sounds like it's playing in that scene. And I thought, I'm like, am I hearing that right? Did they use it? And I went and looked around. I found out that they used that score when they were editing the movie. They used Bram Stoker's Dracula. And so all the beats in that scene were edited to that piece that's real recognizable from Bram Stoker. So it sounds just like it, even though it's new music. It was like, it sounds like he just pulled it right out of the movie. You'll know when you watch the movie. And I think most people know that score.
I don't.
You don't remember the Bram Stoker score?
No.
Really bombastic. And like, dun, 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 you know, if that helps.
So King throws the ruby up into space. It knocks a star out of the sky, and that's how we get Claire Danes.
And that's where Claire Danes comes from.
Now go ask your father about where Claire Danes has come from.
Yvain.
I don't think she looks good as a blonde.
Yeah.
Or maybe this type of blonde is very it's very artificial looking. Maybe if it had a better wig or hairstylist.
They dyed her eyebrows too light,
Yeah.
and she looked like she didn't have eyebrows, and I find that to be a very unpleasant look.
None of that bothered me.
She already has like very heavy brows already, but and it's just emphasized by the lack of eyebrows.
There ain't
Yeah.
no eyebrows there.
It does. I think though it does lend to her not looking, earlier we were talking about the celestial vibe. I think because maybe she doesn't have a natural celestial vibe that was, because they did it with the other star too. Remember when they show the flashback of the witches, because they're running out. The reason they're trying to capture her is they're running out of the last star who they have eaten most of the heart of at this point. And when they show the flashback, she has the same shitty hair dye. Remember that?
Maybe they just have bad hair in that world.
Perhaps.
Because it does. It looks like they tried to dye her hair blonde and it turned out kind of orangish a little bit. Is that what you're seeing, or am I seeing something different?
It's very brassy and like box job.
Yeah, I always think she's beautiful no matter what, because she looks like my wife.
My wife.
So
I wish I looked like her.
when we were young, but she's also aged.
That's true. But we've aged
Worse?
Yeah.
Worse than Claire Danes. Homeland will age you, though.
If you say so. The Babylon Candle. So this is so Yvain has crashed to Earth, the fallen star, Claire Danes. She's in a crater. And then she sits up, and then boom, she's smashed into by our Tristan, our hero. And he has used the Babylon Candle that came with him, right?
Yeah, it was
When he
rolled
was a
up in the
baby.
letter. So was the chain. I don't know why his mom, Una, who we talked about earlier, the slave girl, gave him a piece of the magical chain she was trapped with. A Babylon Candle, and then a letter explaining, when you're of age, blah, 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 blah. And he can light the little bit of that's left of that candle and think of his mother and go to his mother. It was the idea.
Yeah,
right?
the point of the Babylon Candle is that you light it, you think of where you want to go, and you go there.
Andy compared it to the Flu Network. Is that what it is in Harry Potter, the Flu Network?
Yeah.
Except in this, I like that Neil...
It's an actual candle.
It's an actual black candle. And Neil Gaiman by the way, we didn't mention the elephant in the room. Neil Gaiman has some
fuck that
controversy around him. And I'm not trying to talk about him very much at all. But
We're separating the art from the artist
right.
today.
Yeah. But it's also, when we talk about chaining up women, it's another problem in the screenplay that you're kind of like, oh, this guy likes to chain up women. But
well, like between like the Black Candle and the Three Witches, I know that there are certain tropes in these movies, but this reminded me of a lot of other movies that, especially like Hocus Pocus with the witches and the Black Candle. It's fine to have like those tropes, but when it's a little too not obvious, I don't know if he was actually trying to pull from like Hocus Pocus, but when a movie reminds you so much that is something so specific,
sure, yeah,
kind of takes you out of it.
Feels like a
Because
ripoff at that point,
Yeah,
right?
because the witches themselves, they look like the Bette Midler, Kathy Najimy, and Sarah Jessica Parker witches.
Yeah.
And with the Black Candle too. And I'm not complaining because I don't like Hocus Pocus, but when it reminds you so much of something, it kind of detracts from a movie a little bit.
I said the same thing. It didn't bother me, but I did say the same thing when we were watching it. I said the one on the right especially looked like the Bette Midler design from Hocus Pocus. When I say the one on the right, because they're usually shot, when they're shot together, they're usually in the same order with Lamia in the middle and front. You know, she's upstaging the other two, obviously. So the Babylon Candle, I thought though the origin of it is more innocent than just ripping off the Food Network, because it's like a misunderstanding of a child's nursery rhyme that is the origin. I like this. So it's a little more organic. The nursery rhyme was, how many miles to Babylon? 70 miles and 10. Can I get there by candlelight? Yes, and back again. And I think the idea was you could light one candle and walk the distance before your light went out.
Right.
But they interpreted it in a kind of the imagination of a child that the candle itself makes you travel.
Right.
So that made me a little more like, oh, you're not just ripping off J.K. Rowling, another asshole.
She's a big old asshole. So many assholes.
I know.
So now they're together, Tristan and the Star, Claire Danes, and he's basically offered to help her get. I mean, what are they? He wants to take her to Victoria because he said he promised her a star, and then I think he's going to help her get home. But first, he has to take her to Victoria, but they don't know where they're at, so they're kind of stuck. Meanwhile, they're being hunted because she's, as the Star is very. She's got the ruby because that landed in her crater with her, and she's a star. And if you eat her heart,
You're young forever.
you're young forever.
Immortal, even. Like, I don't understand. Like, if all the other stars run out, won't she also run out? I think just an endless cycle of murdering stars.
And also, stars don't live forever either. Stars die.
Yeah. But these stars are different. These stars are magical renewal gaming stars.
I mean, they're going to. It takes hundreds of thousands of years for stars to die out. So, like, you still live a long time, but you're not immortal.
Yeah, might be even more than that. Might be millions of years. I think, isn't this universe just way beyond our comprehension, y'all? Let's be real. We can try.
Michelle Pfeiffer is like, I got an idea. And she magics up an inn, complete with a billy goat that she turns into a human to be the innkeeper, and a man that she turns into a lady to be their daughter. And then she's going to play the wife of the innkeeper. And then they're going to trap the Star and kill her at the inn because she knows she's headed that way.
I thought that was an awesome sequence.
No, I like the transformation of the goat to the human. It looked like a lot like Tom Waits.
Yeah.
But just I think she wasted a spell by turning that man into a woman.
Yeah, what was the point of that? Just to make the jokes about him staring at his own boobs?
I think it was to make him less threatening. Like, I think like the idea of setting a trap for someone and they arrive and it's two men, that's going to be threatening to a woman who is on the road.
No, I get it, but to me, it didn't really add anything. Like I said, it could be trimmed down certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was probably even written. I haven't read the book, but I suspect that maybe some of that might have just been written for the movie as, like you're saying, as a sight gag. But I do love that she turns her little chariot into the inn, and then the sign for the inn is just a picture of the chariot. Nice touch.
It was cool the way the magic worked there.
The art department and the visual effects team really knocked it out there.
Septimus shows up, and he just walks in and gets in a used bath.
Yep.
What the fuck are you doing, dude? You don't know where that
Wait, did he
water's
know that?
been.
I don't know if. Well, this was back in the 1800s.
It wasn't
hiding
Septimus.
No, it was the other one.
Oh, it was one of the other.
One of the other
The other
brothers
brother.
had a weird
Yeah.
name.
Third Tertius or
Yeah,
something.
something like that. It might have been Tertius. I think you're right, Andy.
Yeah, but I think this is going by 1857 hygiene standards.
Yeah. It was perfectly
Still,
normal.
he's
Share
like
some bath
he's a
water.
nobleman. You think he'd be
Only
little bit
noblemen
more-
were probably getting baths. I don't know. In
a
1857,
used bath, a bath you just found
we're regular
with
citizens.
no explanation of where the bath. Why is it there?
Right.
I'm gonna get naked and get in it.
It is an inn, and
Yeah.
he is the prince.
But it's the living room.
Yeah. It's like that
It could be
prima nocte shit.
Could be a kink too.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, he might like
Use
dirty
bath
bathwater.
water.
Like Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
She's into that. Or so she sings.
They use the Babylon candle to get away from the prince that's there, whichever one it is.
So, yeah.
But they're both thinking of home. They have two different homes. So they end up in the middle, which is a cloud.
Which they're standing on.
Which they're standing on.
Which is when you got to go and be like, this is no kind of reality. And, you know, we stop counting how long
Magic.
stars live and blah, 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 because this is total nonsense. Which is fine. It's whimsical. It's fun.
They get captured by the Sky Pirates, Captain Shakespeare and his pirates. And it's very steampunk.
Yeah, at that point, it feels like it done that. The airship thing is so steampunk.
Yeah.
De Niro, holy cow, right? Also, Andy, do you feel like De Niro was great in Taxi Driver and The Godfather and all that stuff, but there was a point, and I think this is one of them in his career, where he's a little more just having fun and not working on really learning
He's still
his
fucking
character.
stiff as hell.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. He's stiff. He's like kind of like he was on SNL, but better than that. But I do love that he's a closet queen. I think that's an interesting.
No, I did appreciate that he went outside of his box.
Yeah.
And tried something really different. But I don't know if the fact that he's a closet cross-dresser, or I don't know what he was. It was never really defined, but he liked to put on women's clothes and prance around.
He's a drag queen.
I don't know if it like really added any to the story at all.
I think that might have been just kind of a loving thing he was doing for his dad, because his dad was gay, and you know, obviously grew up.
You mean De Niro?
De Niro's dad, yeah, not the character. Robert De Niro's dad was gay, and I know that informed a lot of like his art. And I think this might have been his way of kind of doing something sweet, but also it comes off as it wasn't completely refined, right? Felt like it was brushed together.
In the way the performance, it felt very like 50s idea of gay men.
Yeah.
You know, like it's very like Some Like It Hot.
Yeah. Yes, that's it. And it felt out of sync with the rest of it, didn't it, a little bit?
Yeah.
Like tonally, I don't know.
Right.
Still like the character.
either cut that whole backstory with him out, or just have him like that in the first place.
Yeah. Well,
He's
have him be
very stern and dangerous and mean, but like behind closed doors, he's very nice and friendly and warm to
this is a trope.
Tristan and
Really?
Yvain, but he thinks he's hiding it from his crew, but he's not. They know exactly who he is.
But they love him anyway.
They call him a whoopsie.
Yeah.
But they love him anyway.
And they follow him anyway, which is more important. And but this is Dread Pirate Roberts again, really.
Yeah.
And then they did it in. Did you watch Our Flag Means Death? Either of you at all?
No.
They revisit this, and I think they do it the best in that show. Our Flag Means Death has a character who's very similar to this character that is played by Taika Waititi.
No, I get that it's a trope, but when you have so many other things going on in the movie already, it's just padding to me.
Yeah, and it could be better. Like, I think if they spent more time refining that performance, it could have been really great.
Yeah,
I feel like he was too expensive.
Yeah. Well, everybody is doing their British accents in this movie, and he's straight up Robert De Niro.
Yeah. I don't mind that. I would rather him, instead of learning an English accent, I would just love him to have been
He's still stiff as hell.
more engaged with the other performers. I feel like he's like probably I don't know this for sure, but I think he's such a high paid actor that he doesn't spend as much time kind of mixing it up and experimenting. So he's just delivering these lines real dry throughout the whole thing.
They stay for a long time with Captain Shakespeare and everything. So now Tristan has long hair magically because he had to disguise himself.
He got sexier.
He got sexier, learned how to sword fight and all this stuff. But meanwhile, I think mostly Yvain and Tristan were falling in love. Is basically kind of what's going on.
It's that old 80s rom-com thing where it's like Some Kind of Wonderful, where the girl you're traveling with, who's your co-adventurer, is really the one you should be in love with,
Right.
but you're pining after fucking Caroline in the City.
No, it's a very Hallmark rom-com type thing.
Yeah, it's
You
sweet.
don't know, you don't know your love is right in front of you the whole time. You just got to open your eyes.
Yeah,
Caroline in the City reference. Didn't
I
know
couldn't
that was going to
remember
happen
Leah
today.
Thompson's name. Leah Thompson. I was thinking of it's the Some Kind of Wonderful thing, which
Right.
they didn't invent either, but it was a good John Hughes movie.
They have one of those sitcom moments where he thinks he's telling her that he's going to never not be with Victoria. He wants to be with her, but she thinks he's telling her that he wants to be with Victoria and not with her.
Oh, he cuts a lock of her hair. Another kind of, in a fairy tale, fine. But he chains her up, and eventually the unicorn frees her. He doesn't free her. So she's got agency suddenly. And then he cuts her fucking hair off while she's sleeping like a creep. But he has to, so that you set up the fact that if she crosses the wall, she'll turn into dust because her hair turns into dust.
Then he learns that, and he wants to make sure that she doesn't cross the wall. He finds out his mom is actually a sister to the throne. She's a princess. She did tell him that, right? When
Jokingly, right?
it seemed like a joke.
Yeah, but it turned out to be true.
Yeah, it turns out to be true.
That felt very Star Trek-y, that whole arc with her.
Yeah.
And also that arc with the mom, I don't felt it was very resolved. It didn't seem resolved very well, because I think for me it would have been more satisfying if she ended up being the queen after her brothers couldn't take the throne. Because
Oh yeah, that would have been cool.
Because that poor girl was a slave for how many years? And
18 at least.
yeah. And at the end, she just goes back, not being a slave, but just doesn't. Well, I guess she kind of is on the throne again, but I think she deserves more.
She does get her love back. Her and Dunstan are back together in the end, which is sweet.
Now they check in together.
But you're like, and another thing, they cheat Una out of having any type of role in her own triumph, because the witch is killed by Lamia, right? Because the witch tries to use Limbus whatever on her. Whoa, shit.
The grass.
Limbus grass, thank you. You remember Limbus bread? We tried that at
from, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that weird Lord of the Rings experience we had. That's pretty fun. But yeah, the Limbus grass is a truth serum thing, and it pissed Lamia off, so she kills Ditchwater Sal. Is that right?
Yeah.
Ditchwater Sal kills her, and that frees Una. That's in the third. Is that in the second act?
That's the third act.
Is that third
You're
act?
conflating something that happened in the beginning
Yeah.
with something that happened later, but it's fine.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Because I'm trying to.
The fact of the matter is,
here.
Ditchwater Sal gets killed, which
Yeah.
frees Una.
Which frees Una.
Yeah.
But that's not until a little later. I
Yeah.
jumped the horse. Jump the horse? We're going to use that expression now.
Let's get to the climax.
Yeah.
Of things.
I love the
And
climax.
explain it to me, because I forget it.
Andy, do you want to go with this part? The third act?
Well,
of the climax?
I mean, the third act it just culminates in Lamia kidnapping. Wait, it's a very complicated. To
It's
me,
complicated.
Well, I know the third act, Lamia has
They end up
Septimus. Yeah.
No, they end up at the witch's house with Una and Claire Danes, and Michelle Pfeiffer intends to eat the heart, but Tristan, he knows where they're at, so they all go there. Same thing with Septimus, because he wants the ruby still, so they kind of try to team up and take him down, but Michelle Pfeiffer gets the upper hand
With a voodoo doll.
Yeah,
which was pretty neat.
That was fun.
She pulled that thing out.
I thought that was.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty. I thought that was very original, especially after she drowns him, and then reanimates him.
Oh, that was pretty great.
By using the voodoo doll still. I thought that was a nice, very original moment.
Did it remind you of Death Becomes Her a little bit? Those sequences there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking about the whole time at the end. We got to watch The Witches of Eastwick, because she's really good in that too. another witch movie with Michelle Pfeiffer.
And there's at one point, these witches, they use animals as divination tools, and they
their guts.
sacrifice animals a lot of times. I did not appreciate so much animal cruelty in this movie. That's another strike against it, for me at least. And there's a moment where Tristan frees all the animals and they attack the witch. It reminded me of Dark Crystal a lot with the Skeksis moment.
Yeah, it is nice to see the animals get their revenge, because there's this cute little baby alligator that they murder to do their first set of divination, which is to determine who leaves the witch's lair and goes out to find Yvain. And she cheats. Lamia cheats and pulls the heart. Apparently the heart is the one you want. You don't want the kidneys. The heart's the winning piece. They keep coming back to hearts. This movie seems to be the theme.
Yvain glow?
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer to death?
Well, and leading up to that, Michelle Pfeiffer's trying to get her to powerfully glow because it'll last longer, the heart. So she's doing all kinds of nice shit for her, but it's really just ramping her up, making her more powerful in the end.
And then she starshines her to death.
Yeah.
So there you go.
She really shot herself in the foot by giving her massages and hot baths and doing all that shit.
Well, there's a moment with Michelle Pfeiffer and Claire Danes at the end, which I felt, again, was unnecessary, because Michelle Pfeiffer has her tied up and she's about to kill Tristan right in front of her, but then she looks out at her dead sisters and realizes, like, it's not worth it. Yeah, you guys go. And then she lets them go, but then she says, haha, just kidding.
I thought that was also stupid. But then I was like, oh, is it just to illustrate how cruel she is that she wants to play with him one last time, is how I rationalized it.
Yeah.
But I had the same problem. It felt like, why didn't she had other opportunities. If she has a voodoo doll, she could have killed him remotely long ago. Yeah.
That could have been cut out totally, because it really didn't add anything, and it gave Claire Danes and Tristan an opportunity to win at the end. So she basically sealed her own fate by letting them go in the first place.
That's a good point.
Idiot.
All those goofy things for it being a fairy tale and it being written by Neil Gaiman, who, again, complicated, yada, yada, yada. Still like the movie quite a bit. Like a 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I really like the world building.
Yeah.
And it felt big.
That's what
the world that they were in. But to me, I don't know to me, it doesn't really qualify as high fantasy because of the Earth element.
But a lot of it takes place on Earth. But then the Stormhold kind of feels magical and separate.
The Stormhold is too similar to the Earth world a little bit. It was just Earth world, but plussed.
Gotcha.
So it didn't feel as transportive as other movies to me.
You want a whole new planet, basically, like in Krause.
Well, it's the same issue we had with Masters of the Universe. Took place too much on Earth. Wasn't fantastical.
The
enough.
87 one, yeah.
Yeah.
And the newer one was really fun.
Yeah.
Because they did take a lot of it on Eternia.
The stakes felt a little bit lower because it's just about a witch trying to gain immortality. But the world of Stormhold was never at risk of, being taken over by an evil force or being destroyed at all.
It was smaller. The story was smaller in that way.
Yeah. Because like in other movies like Kroll or Legend or even Dark Crystal, the whole world is at stake in those stories.
Does that get old though? When the world is at stake every time? Can't it be romance once?
You can have both, I think, because I think Legend had that. The romance storyline, and Kroll did too, in Dark Crystal. I think that's kind of a trope, the romance stuff. But
we've done Dark Crystal, right?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
Yeah. But I just wish that maybe it felt bigger than the princess trying to become a king. It's not like they're going to be evil kings and take over other realms if they got, we
don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, and we don't know what Michelle Pfeiffer was going to do. She's gained immortality. All we know that she wants to stay young.
Yeah. And would she have shared it with her sisters? Did she?
Probably not.
Yeah. You're like, did she really like her sisters? Maybe.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, you have anything?
And I have to say, when I was talking about Claire Danes' performance, she doesn't know really how to pull back the face acting.
See, I like that. I like her big expressions.
Yeah.
It's the same with the guy who played Tertius or whatever. Like I like face pulling on certain roles, like a big, she's a star and her whole thing is like, I shine and I'm radiant and I'm just about beauty and emitting light and love. And you're like, yeah, in the real world, yeah, I wouldn't want to hang out with you, sure. But in a fantasy world, I'm like, wow, you're a magical star.
But just watch that scene where Claire Danes is talking to Tristan as a mouse again and get back to me.
That's very, I know what you're talking about. It's very My So-Called Life. It's like her channeling her My So-Called Life character for a little part of that.
Yeah, but I that makes more sense because as a teenager and teenagers' emotions are big.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you ever revisit that show?
My Soul Called Life?
No, yeah.
Have you guys?
I should.
Be interested to see as an adult.
Yeah.
I should.
They were so young. Like you don't even realize how young those kids were in that show.
Probably will feel a little cringe.
Yeah.
But also very familiar. Anyway. Yeah.
I hope that if you're listening, you're old enough to remember My So-Called Life. If not, look it up.
Look it up, youngster.
It's an important Gen X historical landmark.
Yeah, but I like the movie overall. I just think it could have been better for me, at least.
Yeah.
I didn't remember liking it as much. And this time I think I enjoyed it more on a second viewing.
I remember really liking it. I would say I liked it. My enthusiasm is a bit less.
Yeah.
This time around. But
Like
still a good movie.
Freddy gave it a 7. I'll give it a 6.5.
Yeah. Same. All right.
Yeah,
thank you for the pick, Gothchick.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you.
And you I think you got us to agree closer on a movie than any of the other three, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you know us better than we know ourselves.
So-
Gothchick.
We're at the end of a month, which means we get to pick a new theme for the next month.
Yeah.
How exciting. I have a hat here full of themes. Literally, I have a hat here. It's full of pieces of paper. I'm going to find something. And we're going
She's
to...
really making this a mystical thing.
Turns out she pulled out a kidney.
Oh, sorry. You got to pull out a heart. Can you read the handwriting?
Yes, I can. Unalive from New York.
We were just talking about this one yesterday.
Oh,
Say the whole thing, Andy, because I like the whole thing better.
It's Unalive from New York. It's Saturday Fright.
There it is.
Can you guess what the theme is, right, Amy?
New York.
Nope. You were close. It's Andy. Do you want to explain what it is?
It's not New York?
It's better than New York.
It's horror movies featuring cast members from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
They're more than you think, but we've actually covered
We should do
some
Bodies,
of them.
Bodies, Bodies.
We probably should do Bodies.
Yeah, that was like one of my first thoughts, like with Pete Davidson
Yeah.
and Bodies, Bodies.
Yeah.
You got there's a lot out there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a huge cast, so you're gonna find something.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's like notable things like Chevy Chase with members of Invisible Man and
Yeah.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I think
I think you've just programmed it.
yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Even like Dan Aykroyd with
Nothing But Trouble.
More. Yeah.
Oh shit, we should do Nothing But Trouble, certainly.
Yeah, because I feel that's very horror adjacent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of choices out there.
Nice.
Okay. Unalive from New York.
That's
it's
really
Saturday
funny.
Fright.
We were talking yesterday. I had to text Andy because I was making a spreadsheet to keep track of all the shit we had because I can't remember anything anymore. So I have to rely on writing things down because we're getting old. But I was like, what is Unalive in New York? I don't remember what that means. And then I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to see all these old SNL people get horrified and sci-fied.
Yeah. I'm glad you could read my handwriting because I think it was pretty schizophrenic looking.
No.
A lot
thought
of
it
the
was
handwriting in
lovely.
the hat was rough, but it wasn't all yours.
I thought
of the
it was
shit.
Oh,
very
okay.
readable.
Yeah, not
Oh,
so
thank
bad.
you. Yeah.
Don't
Okay,
you talk
yeah.
down about yourself.
I was just confused. I thought it was movies that took place in New York at first until I talked to you, and then I was like, oh, that's much better. SNL cast.
All right. Very exciting.
There's
New
so
theme.
many iterations of the SNL cast too.
I know.
You know, fucking Julia Louis-Dreyfus was in Troll.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to move us along then because that's my job to do.
Mm-hmm.
So now we talk about all the other things we've been watching. Freddie Morris, what you got?
I'm gonna be quick.
I'm going to be.
Fergie?
She's here. And she's pissed herself again.
Oh, the Kids Incorporated. They remastered a bunch of episodes of Kids Incorporated with Fergie and everybody, and they're on YouTube. If you're a
Okay.
fan,
Kids Incorporated.
pretty good shit.
K-I-D-S.
But that's not what I was going to recommend. But it was a musical thing. I'm going to recommend two things to you. One, very quickly, is Bastards of Soul. It's a documentary about this guy named Chadwick Murray, who was a bass player who became the lead man for a band called Bastards of Soul and died tragically young. It wasn't any of the stuff you think. He was just he was one of us. He talked about loving Night Flight and watching Star Trek with his wife was his preferred evening, but he was becoming this big soul star, and it follows that and what his band did after his death. It's really moving. If you want to cry,
Thank you.
it will help loosen the lid on that. Keep the tissues handy. But I just want to mention that because I thought it was incredibly good. But then the horror thing I wanted to bring was I found this on YouTube, and I don't know if this is the only episode of this show that you can find anymore, but it's an old English horror series from I think the 50s or 60s. It's called Late Night Horror. And I watched an episode, The Corpse Can't Play, and it's these kids having a party, and one kid crashes the party. It's a birthday party, and they're just treating him kind of like shit. His dad, the thing is his dad died and they all pick on him about it. And then this is an older TV. It's dark, but
Yeah.
like, I recommend it. I think it's really good and effective short TV film, and it's, on YouTube. Just search Late Night Horror. The Corpse Can't Play. It's really fun. Not fun. It's dark.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
just got done
also
telling us that it was.
yeah. The kid has a dead dad, but it's also got some twists in there that are kind of like, you'll see if you watch it. That's all.
That's all?
That's all. I didn't want to give away too much about
What
The Corpse
era
Can't Play.
is late night horror from?
The 50s or 60s. I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'll look it up for you while you're moving on.
Okay. I will do that then. I'll go next because I like to do that. Thank you, Freddie.
You're welcome.
I watched a film. It's Swedish. What year?
1968.
1968. It's Swedish. It's called Evil Ed. It's on Tubi if you want to watch it. I do recommend that you do. The movie's bonkers. And I watched this like 3 days ago, so bear with me. Because my memory ain't that great.
Is it related to anything with Fright Night? Is that
Nope.
one of the characters?
Not at all.
Just a coincidence.
First, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of what drew me to it. I was like, oh, okay, well, Evil Ed. But then I read the description. I'm like, no, this has nothing to do with that. But story is this guy, Edward, he is a film editor.
Ed.
For short. He's a film editor and he gets called up to edit these slasher movies because he works for this film company. And they ask him to work on this series called Loose Limbs. Is the name of the series. Like Friday the 13th, this would be Loose Limbs. And they give him, they send him to this house. It's not his house. It's like somebody else's house, some other place. They send him to this place by himself and they deliver him the film reels, and then he just works on it isolated. And he goes crazy. And then craziness happens. It's gory, it's silly.
Does he go crazy from watching this stuff?
Yeah,
Is it
like
a
the
cursed
footage.
object type thing? Okay.
Sort of.
I think he didn't want to watch the stuff to
He
begin with.
was a bit more of a straight-laced kind of guy. He was not like a dude you would think that would be into editing a slasher movie. But that's why he goes a little bonkers. I think he was a little pent up to begin with.
Definitely.
So it's like a Shining type thing.
Less serious than that.
Way less serious.
Okay.
It's like
way
yeah,
sillier.
So it's a comedy?
mhm,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
definitely. It's weird because Amy was like, I'm gonna watch this movie Evil Ed. I'm like, my mom and dad like that movie.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
That also was like a point in
Oh.
its favor where I'm like, oh, okay.
And I'm watching it. I'm like, I can't imagine my mom and dad watching that movie for some reason. It's so all over the place, crazy. It's fun though.
It's dubbed. It's not subtitled or anything. So, or maybe they were speaking in English
Bill Moseley was
Fucking
one of the
find out.
voices.
Yeah.
Remember, he was the killer.
in the movie
In the
that
movie,
he's
yeah.
editing.
Yeah,
the
I
movie
say-
within the movie.
You'll hear Bill Moseley's voice, which a lot of you know. Chop
Yeah.
Top from Texas Chainsaw 2.
Yeah, this was from 80. No, 95. Sorry, I was way off.
Did it take them a long time to finish it though, or something? Because
I don't know.
I was reading about it while you were watching it because I was really curious about the movie. And the filmmakers would call film manufacturers and order samples and cut those together to make their movie. So they were getting all these free samples.
A
and
film.
So it was clearly like a labor of love
Yeah.
and no money.
Yeah. That much was clear. It was a good time.
I put it in there with like the Video Dead and some trauma stuff maybe. Would you?
Oh yeah,
agree?
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Right up my alley.
Well, what a fun discovery, though.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Maybe it'll have a renaissance.
Maybe it'll become a cult classic.
Well, thank you, Amy, for diving back so far for that.
You're welcome.
To the
Yeah.
90s.
To the 90s.
Well, it is 30
I
almost
know,
30 years
fucking
ago.
hell.
So
That's crazy.
I think-
Crazy.
I think anything over 20 years is considered vintage. I
Yeah.
think that's the
is that right?
the rubric. Yeah.
I was just on Reddit earlier and Zendaya had shown up in a vintage 1990 dress and I was like, it's vintage. Oh my God, it's vintage. And
Yeah.
I turned into dust.
We're not we're not antiques yet, so we're just vintage.
We're just
just
vintage.
Okay, so I'll go now. This is my turn. The last one. Didn't watch Toy Story yet. You think I would, but haven't
Yeah.
yet because of Taylor Swift.
Are you going to buy a ticket to
But
something else before you
Yes.
go? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the movie I did watch is also new. It's called Leviticus. Have you guys heard about this?
Oh yeah, that looks pretty good.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, it's brand. I think it played some film festivals before, but it's new to theaters. It's from Australia, and at one point they did say "nar," so it's super Australian.
Nar.
Nar. It's about these teens, and they're gay. So just in time for Pride Month, yay!
Hmm.
But they get discovered and they get kind of forced through conversion therapy, or not conversion therapy, but it's like a supernatural conversion to get the gay out of them.
Never mind. I
But
have heard of this. I have
Yeah.
heard of this. Now that you're describing it, go on. Sorry.
But the supernatural conversion has like some horror side effects. It's been described as gay It Follows, which is a perfect descriptor.
Yeah.
Because I guess I can describe the plot without spoiling it, because you're gay still. It doesn't get rid of the gayness, but an entity shows up that in the form of the person that you're attracted to, and this entity harms you and eventually kills you if you still keep letting it seduce you. So I guess it's not really conversion therapy if it kills you, but yeah, gay It Follows is the best descriptor I can put on it, and it's really good. It's moving for me, at least, because you can relate to the homophobia and the gayness. It's kind of heavy because they're so you're just dealing with these poor gay teens being abused and picked on and bullied. So
Right.
it's just not like a fun movie, but it's a very effective movie.
Yeah, it looked dark as hell. The little I've seen, like as far as stills and stuff from it.
Yeah.
Was it as scary as It Follows, do you think?
It just has some jump scares, and
Yeah.
it was really good at building some tension.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I think it was pretty scary. And the teen in it, the main teen, he's the little brother from Talk to Me.
That's
Remember
the
the one that-
connection. Okay.
Yeah, held the hand and
Okay.
went to the hell world and bashed his head.
Is he the
Yeah.
only connection between the two movies, or did some other people, if other writers or anybody?
They're Australian,
Right.
But beyond that, I didn't do any research.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's worth seeing for sure.
Yeah, he's really the best parts is the performances by the two teens, that the Talk to Me kid and the other kid.
I love that kid from Talk to Me. He was so sweet, and he just seemed like a fucking baby deer or something.
Yeah, same thing with this movie. Like these characters are just so like sweet and kind, and you just want them to be okay.
Yeah.
And I think that, I don't know if it's deliberate, but the casting remind me of a lot of. I think they were going for like a Brokeback Mountain references. Because the two actors, they can be in the place of Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Just the way they look.
Oh,
and
yeah.
at one point,
Is one a
'cause the
brunette
other
and one a
teen-
blonde?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with like Heath Ledger hair too, like when he was in A Knight's Tale.
So they want to
so I
remind you of that.
I think so.
Yeah.
And at one point, even the blonde teen wears like a jacket like Heath Ledger did in the movie. I
Gotcha.
think it was, if you know the end of the movie with the shirts and the jacket, then I think that's what they were kind of going for with the styling. So I think it was, to me, I think it was a nice reference to another doom gay romance.
I've only ever seen these sexy scenes from Brokeback Mountain. And
You've
that's,
never seen the whole thing?
isn't that sad?
Gay.
Yeah. Sorry.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen the sexy scene either.
You've never seen the sexy scenes?
No.
I did the same thing with Monsters Ball.
You're such a
Make me
pervert.
feel good. That's the only thing
Yeah.
you've seen.
That's all I've seen.
You
But,
pervert.
It's always
I do
interesting.
recommend go see it, because it's important to support in like indie cinema, and horror cinema, and gay cinema too.
Hell yeah.
Leviticus.
Well, thank you, Andy.
That's what those assholes always cite, is the book of Leviticus. I don't even think they got it right half the time.
Yeah, I would say the title's a little too on the nose for me.
Right.
Hey, maybe it'll draw in the right person who needs to shake off a little bit of their religious prejudice.
Well, I'd shake off my religious prejudice if I could have some chicken and dumplings. So I'm going to go do that so I can shake off all of my bigotry. So I'm going to end the show, I guess.
All
At the
right.
end of every show, we always say hi to our Beelzebubs. Patreon.com/NOTLP. First up is Matt, Branan and Emily, Dr. Brian, Old Dirty Bill Sturd, Bill Fahrner, Blayne Yogurt, Jordash Jeans, Monica, Ernest, Dave, and Shayna Bobena.
Thank you guys. We
Thank
love
you guys, and thank you, Bill, for filling in Topicana.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you, Bill. That was awesome.
we had fun. We had a good time.
We laughed.
Oh, we laughed, Andy.
All right.
All right.
We'll be back next week with Bodies.
Or something else. I don't know. We haven't
don't
really,
know?
We haven't
Oh,
really
okay.
firmed it up
We'll
yet.
be back with an SNL movie. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It won't be.
All right, thanks
Superstar.
everybody. Enjoy your dumplings.
Thanks,
Thank
Andy.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Frankenstein was wondering if he should go to bed when his old buddy Leatherface put on Dawn of the Dead. And Igor made the nachos in a severed